Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we actually have some very intriguing news on an upcoming we have three major things to go talk about. Number one, upcoming another really big press conference. We're going to talk about that a little bit more detail, as well as also just based on some leaks and information we're seeing. Number two, some very intriguing emails that have been being sent out when it comes to Sony regarding their next upcoming big hardware launch, and as well, we're going to talk a little bit more about the specifics and what we're kind of expecting and going for there. And then number three, just some general stuff going on throughout the day. So we have a lot of good stuff to talk about, a lot of fun things to go talk about, and as well, let's go and dive on into it. So if any of you guys are brand new, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on, as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Amazon links down below for the PS5 disc, digital console, and controller. As well, we also have the Twitter and Twitch room down below, Twitter giveaway down below too. On top of that, the Weeble, sign up for Weeble, deposit $100, get a bunch of free stock, free money, same with that Coinbase too as well. And we have a lot of stuff to go talk about. So in all honesty, I'm kind of hyped up for it. So let's go talk about it. So first and foremost, let's go talk about this mysterious and kind of cool email that's been floating around. Now, you guys can maybe go and kind of somewhat assume on this one, but I mean, mainly because we just kind of know that the PSVR 2 has already been technically officially announced. They have the blog post, they have the official comments on it, they have the overall statistics on it, and basically just all the specs and everything else. So we just know it's coming. We just don't know exactly when. And I think that's kind of been the one bigger issue for all of us, is that we're just kind of patiently waiting to go and see what the price point is going to be, when it's going to be officially released, and all of that. So now this kind of leads into the actual topic of the video. As of very recently, we've actually been seeing very intriguing emails sent out by Sony. So with this, PlayStation actually has been sending out PlayStation VR 2 information out to some select people out there in their mailing list, or any people who maybe signed up for marketing details. Think how you guys maybe do it for the PlayStation Directs. So this, first and foremost, is hype as all heck, just because I'm excited for the PlayStation VR 2. And just for the overall topic of the video, let me know if you guys are going to buy one, if you guys are in the market for one. I know a lot of you guys are still trying to find your PlayStation 5, so maybe even after you buy your PlayStation 5, will you be trying to get one of these, or if I ever have to cover up restock videos for it, do you guys want me to? Let me know in the comment section down below. Obviously, it'll be kind of dependent on if it will be hard, if it's going to have enough stock, and hopefully Sony has learned from the PlayStation 5 situation that it won't be that bad. But as you guys can kind of see, we're seeing multiple different types of emails just specifically pushing towards the PlayStation VR 2. So they have things like the Gorilla Showcase, where they're trying their best to showcase up Horizon. As you guys know, it's probably gonna be the really big day one thing basically for PlayStation. Like they're trying to get the people who made literally Horizon to make a proper VR game. And I always think that's one of the biggest things too when it comes to gaming, is that you need a good VR game base for people to want to buy VR. It's like basically buying an Xbox, and it's kind of been the one big critique we always bring up. You need good games, or at least a good reason to go get it, aka Game Pass. So we'll have to see how good and other various games are coming out for the PSVR, but as you guys can kind of see throughout this one, they're sending out loads and loads of different emails with different little bits and pieces, and basically just pre-hype for it. So while this by itself, I think we could all collectively agree, this is cool. We've been seeing emails, or some American emails as well, and basically they're just down to doing the preemptive hype up. But the part two of this is in the inner workings. Now, the inner workings more so involve an upcoming event that's been rumored and speculated on throughout these past few weeks too as well. There's been a lot. If you guys really want to go into that, the crazy meme with the washboard and everything out there too as well, the whiteboard and everything. So that's pretty much this. This is what's going on. There has been 40 different leaks. There's been different showcases nudged everywhere. There's been acquisitions all up the wazoo. There's brand new games that apparently been getting leaked. There's been so much stuff. We've covered some of it on the channel itself. But the big thing is, people keep on assuming and expecting up a brand new conference. And obviously, what is the next big thing to mention? Now, I was kind of assuming with a Project Spartacus, which is the brand new PlayStation Plus stuff, instead of just doing a PlayStation blog, I was almost assuming they were going to announce it. But maybe since because the initial the initial feedback, I guess, has been kind of bad, maybe they just don't want to do it. I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense. People weren't super hyped or super happy, and a lot of people were expecting it day one. So it probably wouldn't have maybe been the best to do a conference for it. But with PlayStation VR, we're probably going to be assuming a release date of this year. So that's going to be my take. We don't really necessarily have anything super big when it comes to hardware for this year. As much as people keep on rumoring, myself included, with the PlayStation Pro or Slim or even PS6. But when it comes to that stuff, I think the big major thing will be for this holiday season, PlayStation VR 2, as well as obviously keep on making as many PlayStation 5s as they can because, well, you want to make PlayStation 5s, people are buying them. But when it comes to all this stock for it, I'm expecting a holiday release, maybe a proper conference in the next, maybe month or two would probably be the perfect timing because we keep on seeing leaks on it. So maybe give people enough time to kind of prep up for pre-orders. And as well, the one really, really big thing to note is when it comes to the PlayStation 5, this is how the PlayStation 5 was actually initially revealed. So if you guys remember maybe about 2 years ago, which is kind of crazy, it almost feels like it's been even longer. But when it comes to that, when it comes to the consoles, they sent out these same exact types of informations where they sent out additional information on the, say the PlayStation 5, and then a few weeks later we had proper full-on release. So for this is actually number one. It might be a really good sign on an upcoming conference, as we mentioned, has been being leaked. And we might have a chance to go and seek up other various games, although it may just be a pure PlayStation-focused conference, which I would totally get, especially because it's a big change up from the PS5, the PS and PSVR, not PS5, whatever, you know what I mean. So anyway, for that stuff, we'll see. I think a lot more games are expected. I think a leaked conference keeps on kind of being up in the works, and it make a lot of sense with these emails being sent out by Sony because a lot of people want this PlayStation VR 2. I myself included. I will probably end up buying it. And as well, when it comes to all the leaks, when it comes to brand new game releases, we could also even maybe just have an Omega event. So think like E3. As you guys know, E3 actually has been unfortunately canceled for this year, but usually around the summertime is where they like to preemptively announce the rest of the second half of the game. So think like November, think December, Holiday Rush, etc., etc. So it'd probably make a lot of sense to go and see one throughout the next 1 or 2 months. Really big conference, showcasing up the proper price point and what's going to be released in other games when it comes to the PSVR 2, and I'm pretty excited for it. So guys, don't forget, we are still expecting more information on Forspoken. It was showcased on the previous conference, which was overall hopefully be kind of good. We actually did also even see an article as of today discussing how PlayStation is going to be focusing a little bit more on Forspoken, and they saw a lot of feedback when it came to the trailers, when it came to the game looking buggy, a little blotchy, a little sloggy, and it wasn't as clean or as fluid as people were expecting, which is probably why it was delayed in the first place. So we're expecting more information on that. We still don't have God of War release date, and I feel just based on what they've already shown us gameplay wise and such, that is going to be released this year. We haven't seen too many PlayStation delays in comparison to Nintendo or Xbox, so we'll kind of be on the lookout for that. So God of War is probably going to be looking pretty good too in terms of next big conference, and as well PlayStation VR. Obviously, all this stuff put together I think is leading towards a really big and hype event coming in the near future. And now people keep on waiting for it, like the one big one, but I do think PlayStation VR itself would be huge, although I would like to see a double whammy where it's VR content and then also big game releases. So we'll kind of go and see what's going to take in place of the E3. With E3 kind of gone, we'll have to wait and see, because we're also expecting a lot of big conferences when it comes to Microsoft as well, and also they really haven't lined up, almost all these big retailers, any holiday releases, and even for, say, Nintendo, they also pushed back the Breath of the Wild 2 game to early 2023. So it's going to be a very intriguing, I think, summertime, because a lot of games don't have a big holiday season yet, and as you guys know, for gaming and developers, that's kind of the biggest thing. So a little bit of a ramble on that one, but basically conference being leaked should hopefully be happening soon. Brand new PSVR 2 stuff. Hopefully we'll have release dates and times coming very soon. They did the same format for the PlayStation 5. And as well, hopefully more games, and then part 2 with either one of those big events for the next few weeks. Hopefully we'll have a chance to go and find out more stuff on, say, God of War and all the other really big AAA games coming out soon. And kind of last but not least, in case people are being curious on the same topic of the PSVR, just want to give you guys a quick rundown on the specs, mainly because the PSVR 2 is actually very nice. The resolution is way higher in comparison, say, it over here, because when I look through the actual eye per resolution side, which resolution is pretty important. The panel refresh rate is also pretty much similar to as well, which at least is not the biggest upgrade too, although with an OLED display, it's always nice to go and see. With a slightly also, I believe, a bigger field of view, which is also better for games, kind of like lets you kind of look around and kind of explore the game a little bit more too as well. And I do think one of the biggest things too is also like some stuff like the built-in, say, audio sensors too as well, and the multiple cameras for headset and controller tracking, mainly for that too on top of that, and obviously as well, and just how nice and efficient in terms of weight and also in terms of handheld it'll be. So I'm extremely hyped up for the PSVR 2. I'm very excited to get to see more functions coming out as well, more of a reason to have your console, and like I said, if you guys are actually looking to go buy a PSVR 2, leave a comment down below and keep me in the loop. I'm kind of curious if you guys want me to track it or give you guys more details on it. And as well, I myself will probably be buying it. So kind of cool news, just like a little baby, like a filler news, I guess, as well. So make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Amazon links down below for the PS5 Digital Console Controller. Twitter and Twitch stream as well, link down below. And sign up for Weeble, sign up for Coinbase, all the other various sellout links down below. And the Twitter giveaway too as well. We'll maybe have one more video all throughout the rest of today. We'll get back in the good old restocks as well, going officially as of tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that one. And, you know, it's always kind of fun to see these, like, little speculations and rumors kind of start popping on up. So love you guys for watching. I'll see you guys soon.